Alright guys, we're hooked up on a little something here. Back on these grass beds. He made a real good rip. He made an initial real good rip. And there for a split second, I thought he broke my line. He's got some weight on him, whatever this is. This may not be, I'm not sure what this is yet. Ooh, that's digging. He's digging whatever this is. What we got, guys? Is it a big Spanish mackerel? Big Spanish mackerel, guys. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Big, huge Spanish mackerel, guys. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. Some good eating right there, guys. See if I can get him in the boat without him breaking the line. He's a big one. This is a nice Spanish right here. This ain't no little one here, guys. Kind of got him foul hooked too. Kind of got him foul hooked on the side of the head. Look at that big thing, girl. Woo! Oh, shit. I guess I'm gonna try to boat flip this thing. There's skin. Ooh! Look at that. Yes, sirree. I'll take it. Big old Spanish. Big old Spanish Mac early in the morning. Let's go. Big old Spanish Mac first thing in the morning. Get him off. I think I lucked out and got him because I ended up hooking him on kind of side the fin. In them grass beds, look guys, they had grass all over them. Woo! And look what I'm pulling out of his mouth, guys. Look what he was eating on. Look what this big Spanish Mac was eating on. Big needlefish. Chowing down on that needlefish. Check that out. That's pretty cool. Chowing down on that needlefish. I'll take it. It's a good fight. All right, guys, we're hooked up. You can see that. You can see that fish coming from way out. All right, guys. All I'm doing right here is, you can see the point there, about the center point of Horn Island. I got about a football field off the point. The wind's so calm, and I'm just literally letting the tide move me, letting the tide move me along these grass beds right now. It didn't take long for me to pick up this first fish. Not a keeper, probably about 14. Beautiful little speck. We're gonna throw him back in that pretty, beautiful, pretty water, and we're gonna get back to it. What I'm doing is, when I see a nice patch, a nice grass bed like right here in front of me, I'm just throwing right in the middle of that grass bed and working those grass beds as I come across them. I'm not sure what we got here. It might just, what we got here? Oh, nice speck. Nice big speck right here, guys. Beautiful speckled trout. Beautiful speckled trout, yeah, baby. I'm talking about. Not as big as some of the other ones, but It's all the males. They're grunting. That's the second grunter I caught today. Male grunter. It's the second male I caught today. All right, guys, we're hooked up. Hooked up. Feels like a nice speckled trout. Yeah, look how pretty that water is, guys. You can see them coming from 50 yards away. Look how pretty that is, huh? Just crystal clear. And they're burying themselves in them grass beds down there. Man, look at that. Look how pretty that is. How pretty he is swimming down there. Man, you don't get to see that too often. Looks like you're in Key West fishing them. Love it. Let's get him in the boat. All right. It's a nice speck there. We'll take it, guys. That's a real nice speckled trout there. He's gonna go about 17 and a half. He's gonna go about 17 and a half. Oh, that's a big male. You hear him grunting? He's actually really big for a male. Shoot, I bet he's 16, close to 17, I bet. And that's pretty darn big for a male, guys. Males don't usually get that big. Put him in the cooler. Sticking with the same game plan as I did the other day. What I adjusted was, though, the first area I was in, I couldn't quite see. I got out here really early and I couldn't quite see the grass patches like I would like to see them, so I was kind of playing a guessing game with them. So I moved to an area where I knew I'd be able to see the grass a little bit better and kind of make sure I'm casting over the top of the grass patches. And first cast, landed a speckled trout. So it just shows you the importance of making sure that you're casting on those grass patches and keeping your bait in the strike zone along those grass patches. All right, guys, let's see if we can catch a few more of these. Guys, way out there, hooked up. I thought it was a hardhead for a minute. It ended up being a real nice speckled trout. There we go, guys. Okay. Ends up being a real nice speckled trout. He probably ain't gonna keep, but I bet he's about 14. He had me fooled, guys. He had me fooled. I thought it was a hardhead. Thought it was an old hardhead. But ended up being a nice speck. He was way out there, though. That's part of it. Hard to tell what he was way out there. Get this hook out of him, get him back in the water. If I'm gonna throw him back and not keep him, I like to get them back in the water quick because it's so hot right now, and it's not good to keep them out the water long if you're not going to take them home and eat them. Get them back in that water, get them swimming. Just the water temperatures get. All right, guys, back on these grass beds. Another nice speckled trout. Another nice speckled trout, guys. Pulling him out of these grass beds. He's a little fighter. He's probably gonna be 15 or 16, yes. Love it, guys, love it. Check it out. It's just been consistently a grind. You just gotta stay consistent on these grass beds. Find nice big thick grass beds and stay on it and stay on them. You might have to make a couple drifts. You may have to make a couple changes of lures. I've been throwing suspending baits. I've been throwing voodoo, suspending, live shrimp. and just picking them off. As I figure out what they want, I'll stick with it for a little while and just consistently working the grass beds. Let's keep at it. See if I can't pick up a couple more in this area. Good times. All right, guys, stay tuned. What up, guys? Hopefully you enjoyed that episode of Casting Coastal. It really was just working those grass beds, like I've been preaching recently on all the social media platforms. When it gets really hot, the dog days of summer, if you want to get out to the Barrier Islands and catch a few speckled trout, the occasional redfish, the best luck that I've had personally is just work those grass beds. I'll get pretty close along the beaches and I'll work my way back as the temperatures rise. That's what I do. You may have a different plan of attack, but that's worked well for me over the years. And you can also see on that video, once it got pretty hot, I positioned myself to be able to drift over those grass beds in the tide. I didn't even have a trolling motor. I just turned the motors off. The tide was moving me along at a good pace, and I was literally just hitting every grass bed I could see, and I was picking up speckled trout pretty consistently as I worked over those different grass beds. And I would make a drift for, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and I would loop back around and make another drift, kind of angle myself at a different area. Necessarily didn't want to go right back over the same spots, and I would make another drift. And I did that for a few hours and picked up a bunch of nice speckled trout. So if you're at the Barrier Islands, give that technique a try. It's worked well for me over the years. Or you can just anchor up, troll a motor, kind of work an area where you've had success, or you see a lot of grass beds. You will eventually pick up some fish using that technique. So like I said, the dog days of summer, you got to kind of figure out what works, kind of stick with it to put a few fish in the box. All right, guys, with that being said, I want to thank all the sponsors that have been helping the channel out. Cedar Swamp in Goshen, Mississippi's also got a new store in Gulfport. Go see Rocky and them guys over there at Cedar Swamp. Does a great job. Appreciate all the support for him.